The new year is coming up, and I have some very important things to say. Make sure you stick around till the end because all the information is important despite what your goal is or your level of fitness. 43% of people quit by the end of January, and 80% are done with their goal by February. And nobody is immune to this. I'm not just talking about people who are starting in the gym, I'm talking about any goal in particular. Maybe you're an advanced lifter who is finally looking to take it to the next level and compete this year. Maybe you're an intermediate who finally wants to reach advanced numbers, or maybe you are just starting out in the gym. Everybody has a goal at the beginning of the year that eventually they give up on. The reason we give up on our goals is because eventually we start seeing it as too much work for the reward that it yields, meaning the end results, the effort just doesn't equate to how happy we'd be if we had the end result. That's the reason that we give up on our goals. So I want to break down a foolproof plan to really help you make sure you hit your goals. But first, we need to know, what type of person are you? Are you the type of person who you can be given anything? You can be given the strictest program, you can be given the strictest diet, and you can just follow it, no problems? Or are you somebody who has trouble sticking to things? You have a lot of trouble sticking to things. Or maybe you're somewhere in the middle. I need you to be honest with yourself and you need to figure out which type of person are you, because no one else is going to ask you. So this is the time where you need to be honest with yourself. Next, I need you to think about what your goal is and why you're doing it. Are you getting into fitness because you want health? You want to look a certain way? Do you want to look a certain way so people will treat you a certain way? Do you want to feel better? Do you want to experience what it's like to look in the mirror and enjoy what you see? If you have what these two things are, it's simple. Now we just need this type of person to see this as worth it. We can't change how valuable it is to you in your head. I can sit here and I can try to tell you how valuable what your goal is all day. That's not going to change its actual value in your head. You may think it's changing the value of it in your head, but ultimately you're going to go back to feeling about it how you did before. Therefore, what can we change? The only thing we can change is how easy it is to get there and how much effort is required. So we can still tip that scale in your favor until it becomes a habit. Because once your goal becomes a habit, then it's no longer hard. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. The first thing we got to do is remove all the complications. Everything that's complicated, get that shit out of here. So if you're the type of person who has trouble sticking to things, there is no optimal exercise for you. There is no optimal diet for you. There is no optimal anything for you. There is an optimal thing, but what's going to be optimal for you is just showing up. Don't get me wrong. I'm an optimal dude. This whole fucking channel is about optimizing, right? It's about optimizing fitness. That's the whole fucking point of this channel. However, if you're not showing up, so what? I don't want you to show up at 100%. I want you to show up 100% of the time. As long as you're going and you're doing something, then that's good. I'd much rather you do what's fun. Maybe optimal training is fun for you. Maybe it's not. If it's not, don't try to kid yourself. Do what's fun. I want you to find the things you like about it. Find what aspects of it you want to do. Like, maybe you don't like a certain exercise. Change it. Do something else. I don't care if this one's better. Do something that you will actually do. Play around with it. And then train as hard as you can stand. Some people, they love training hard. Some people, they do not. They absolutely hate it. The same goes for diet too, bro. Like, don't fuck around with this whole paleo, keto, fucking carnivore. Like, don't fuck around with any of that complicated shit, bro. You don't have to, intermittent fasting even, don't fuck around with it. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do anything like that. What I want you to do instead is just make consistent good decisions. Maybe you can't change your whole diet in one day like some people can. Maybe you can only change one thing. Maybe you can only change one thing out of your day. Maybe it's getting one less soda. Maybe it's cleaning up one meal. Maybe it's counting your protein. Who knows? Make the biggest change that you can stand and stick to. Getting to your goals in fitness and working out and dieting is a lot like brushing your teeth, okay? What do you think is going to get you better results? Brushing your teeth every single day, morning and nighttime, for a minute, or going to the dentist and getting a deep clean every 2 weeks? The first option is going to keep you in a lot better shape. It's not whenever you go super hard on the paint one time every so often. It's how often and consistent you can do something that is easy. Now, if you're that first person, yeah, sure, be as optimal as you want. Okay, like go do whatever you want. Like you can get away with it. Okay, fucking do it. Like easy. If you're somewhere in the middle, what I recommend is a little bit of both. Be as optimal as you can for as long as you can. And as soon as you start to feel yourself slip, as soon as you start thinking, oh, I can take today off, or oh, you know what? I just don't feel like going to the gym today. What I want you to do is I want you to dial it back. Go back to what's fun. Go back to just small changes and small consistent effort until you regain that passion for being optimal at everything. I'm not saying you're going to see your all-time best results off of just like doing what's fun, but I am saying you're going to see results, and it's going to set you up for success. Now, I just want to give you a little bit of tips on motivation. I want you to find out what exactly you want. If you can picture it in your head and you can visualize, I know it's like a big, like, meme, like Conor McGregor meme, like law of attraction, whatever. But like, if you can find something that you can specifically picture and strive to, then it helps a lot, because you can just think of that every single time you start to lose motivation. Me personally, I have a really hard time with visualization. So instead, what I do, I have to look at real world examples. And so I want you to do the same thing. If it's a certain physique you want, find a certain, influencer, fucking superhero, actor playing a superhero, anime character, video game character, something that you want to look like, and put that in your head. That you're like, this is what I'm going to look like one day. And I want you to hold that specific example and use that to fuel you. Am I saying you're ever going to look like that exactly? I don't know. It's genetic dependent, really. But you are going to be better as a result of trying to. This goes for strength too. Maybe your goal is to bench 225 for the first time. That's very realistic. You can see that in your head. It's easy to picture that. But if you can't, as weird as it sounds, find people who bench 225 and be like, okay, I'm going to do that one day. Get yourself a gym buddy. But this one is 50-50. I'm going to be honest with you. Far too often I see gym buddies used as an excuse to skip the gym rather than a reason to go to the gym. For example, I see a lot of people who their buddy will fall off the gym, and so they're like, oh, well, they're skipping, so I can skip. No. Even if they're not going to go, you will go. And also, if you can, if you're that second type of person, find somebody who's more dedicated than you. They're going with or without you. It'll motivate you. It puts healthy pressure on you to go. Don't like get pressured into doing more than you want to and like hating your fucking life, but like they're supposed to keep you consistent. They're supposed to keep you consistent and loving the process. Also, sometimes the gym is intimidating for people, and if they can go in a group, it makes them feel better. Sometimes it's more fun. It makes it more fun. You can talk to your friend while you're there, and it's kind of like you guys are just hanging out. Now, I just want to go over some common mistakes. Do not fucking deload. Deloading is for advanced lifters only. Deloads are the easiest time to get derailed. I've been lifting for like 5 years now, and deloads still, whenever I do a deload week, I'm like, I could probably do another week off, but I don't. I just have to use my willpower to get through it. Far too often, I've seen people who literally take a deload week and then that's it. They don't go back for months after that. Next, what I want you to do not stop working out on holidays or vacations. Even if it's time you wake up on, the morning of a vacation, you get on the ground and crank out like 20 push-ups and you do 20 crunches. I just want you to do something that keeps you consistent. Because what's going to happen here is if you use every single holiday as a reason to not take care of yourself or not go to the gym or something like that, you're going to program your brain into thinking that the gym is something that we need a vacation from. It's something we don't like doing. Whenever it should be something we like doing. It's something we like doing. So even if it's something small, the smallest thing you can think of, do something so that you can once again just know that you showed up. And the last thing I want to touch on is if you fall off, you mess up, you skip, you cheat on your diet, don't be like, oh, well, I fell off, so I'll start again next month or next weekend or at the end of the weekend. No, you start back now. You just get back on the grind and keep thugging it out. That's really it. And next year, whenever I talk to New Year's resolutioners again, you'll be back, but with a different goal because you absolutely smashed this one. And all this stuff doesn't have to be just related to fitness. This can be related to pretty much any goal that you want to set for yourself. A good example for myself is this YouTube channel. For a long time, I would just do like big blocks of working on it every so often. Now, I actually started this a couple months back. I just make sure I do something every single day. Do I spend every single day doing 8 hours of editing? No, I have the motivation to, and I wish I could. I just don't physically have the time to right now, just because of work, life, etc. What do I do instead? I make sure that every single day I do something, even if it's small. Now, I want to see anyone who can comment their New Year's resolution, and let's all hold each other accountable and show each other some support. Also, one last thing, I want to say, sorry for the super kind of serious tone of video. I never usually make these super serious videos, as you guys know. They're usually a little bit more flashy, chaotic, and I don't know, just humorous. I don't know. It feels so weird describing your own content as humor based, because it feels kind of egotistical. But I don't know. I try to make them entertaining. I felt like I needed to talk a little bit more to y'all rather than having just something random pop up on the screen like I usually do. If you made it this far, please subscribe and share this video to anybody who needs a little extra motivation. And with that, I'll leave you with this.
It's time for us to fucking shoot, cocksuckers. They want to get down and dirty. Don't forget who the fuck we are. You understand me? We're the baddest motherfuckers out there. He's gonna be sniffing my dick and sucking my asshole. That's the focus. Who the fuck do you think you're dealing with? Quit the fucking whining. Stop with the Russians on Facebook. I don't give a fuck. Worry about yourself. Keep your eyes open and get the fuck off Snapchat and fucking Twitter, cocksucker.